Okay, this will be a commentary video for the first time. Woo! Yeah, this is super awkward because I'm basically talking to myself on a not so great mic in my room. I'm so used to talking to someone via Discord that just talking to myself feels very strange. So, hi. I decided to talk in this video to test the waters. I want to see if you guys prefer me talking in some of my videos or just want to watch me draw with just music, which is perfectly fine. So here we are. I've decided to try and record myself. I feel very awkward and obviously I don't feel very confident, but I'm going to try my very best. Also, I am incredibly and painfully aware that my mic is not very good and it doesn't pick up as well as I had hoped. But you know what? It's what we got. It's the best I can do for now. So please bear with me. Okay, so let's get to the meat of the video. There's this challenge that was going around Twitter lately where you had to draw 6 fan art characters given by your followers. I thought it would be really cool to do it, and because of the whole quarantine, motivations were pretty low. So in order to pull myself out of the ditch I created myself in, I had to do this challenge and do whatever Twitter suggested, which thankfully you guys pulled through and gave me some really interesting characters to draw. Of course, I couldn't do all of them as a challenge stated to only have 6, so if by chance your suggestion wasn't on here, I am oh so sorry. So the first suggestion was, and I'm so sorry for butchering the name, Kanoe Kocho from the Demon Slayer series. I honestly don't remember who suggested it, and at a point we removed the suggestion, but by the time I noticed it was gone, I already finished drawing her. So it's a little awkward, but at the end of the day, I was super happy to draw her. I really liked the Demon Slayer anime. I didn't think I would, but I did. At first when it came out, I thought it would be another anime that was in the same vein as Naruto, for example, but surprisingly came to love the series. I like the style and the animation. Ooh, oh god, the animation is mwah, chef's kiss. My favorite characters would have to be, of course, Nezuko, our adorable baby girl, and the other one would have to be Zenitsu, just because of how he is in general. I do appreciate Tanjiro. He's great and I love him, but Zenitsu is just, it's one of those characters who takes most of the spotlight just because of how strong of a presence he takes. At first, because of how much he yells, I thought he was obnoxious and annoying, and I just wanted him to stop screaming and crying. But at some point you start to think and realize, yeah, that's just us. That's just me. If you were ever thrown in a world like that, we would also scream and cry. Because yeah, that world is horrifying and terrible and just not a great place to live. As for Kane, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. She's really cute. I like her. I really wish we could have seen more of her, though I understand why we didn't, and if you've seen the series, I'm sure you would too. I liked drawing her, especially to get my groove back on. I like drawing cute girls, so this really helped. Next on the list is Ayazawa from Durarara. This type of character is super fun to draw. I like this kind of bad boy who is super smart, a bit of a genius, if not all the way crazy in the head, not nice and obvious about it, and on top of it all, an antagonist that gets away with just about anything. I did watch the anime a while back, several years ago, and I thought it was really cool. A little confusing in some parts, but really fun to watch. I started watching season 2 a while back as well, but stopped midway and forgot about it. So I don't know much about the series up to that point, or how it ends in season 2. Overall, I do like the character as a whole. He's cruel and conniving, and I just love that. It's just perfect. Next is Miss Bella. I missed her so much from the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, I remember watching that show almost religiously when I was young, but for some reason, today I cannot for the life of me remember how she sounded. I just remembered her being this very sexy lady who essentially babysat the heck out of the mayor. But as a wee tiny baby myself, I couldn't help but love her. She was cool, she was badass, and despite not seeing her face at all, which probably drove me insane when I was a kid, I enjoyed seeing her every time she went on screen. There isn't much else to say about her, except for the fact that, oh good lord, she has a lot of hair. And I mean a lot of hair. Basically takes most of the box. I also decided not to incorporate any facial distinctions on her. I know there was this one frame in the Powerpuff Girls where you saw kind of an eye, sort of, but because we know her as the neck lady, I figured just to give her a very long neck and just a mouth. I like the mystery of what she actually looks like, so yeah, here we are. Next in line is our baby girl, Taiga Aisaka from Toradora. I'm so sorry if I keep butchering all of these names, but I'm trying my best. Confession time, I have not seen this anime. Just the first episode a long time ago and it never caught my attention. I do know that Taiga is this very chibi tsundere type. You know, the I don't like you, baka, but I secretly do kind of person. She's really cute, that much I can say. But beyond that, the only thing I can say that we have in common is that we're both really short. That's it. Next is King from Tekken, the game I never played, or I have, but not enough to really put out my opinion on it, really. I played it maybe once or twice in my life, and that's about it. But even though I didn't play this game often, I am aware that this guy is a wrestler with a very realistic looking panther mask. I always thought he was a guy with a literal head of a panther, you know, kind of like an anthropomorphic version. But I've learned that that's not the case. He's just a guy, a very beefy guy with a very realistic panther mask. I've always had questions about it. You know, like, how does he see through this mask? Does it have any eye holes? How can he breathe? How does it never fly off when he does super cool wrestling moves? You know, all good questions I just have no answers for. I'm sure those who are really big fans will probably have the answers to my ridiculous questions that don't really matter to the game itself. They'll probably have the logistics to the mask's mysteries, and if he is an actual beefy panther anthropomorphic dude, that's fine. But if you do happen to know, why don't you just waddle over to the comment section and type it out? Maybe I'll learn something. Who knows? Last but not least is Ayazawa from Boku no Hero. Thankfully, I did, in fact, watch all the seasons of this show. I actually really like it. What's to say about Ayazawa? He is pretty amazing. His quirk is amazing. But his hair is awful to draw. I like his hair. It's so cool, but it's really painful to draw. It's awful. It's just awful. I do feel bad for him though, because if you think about it, his quirk makes him super tired and super sleepy. His eyes must hurt all the time. It's probably why you see him sleep during class, or even attempt to use those eyedroppers to soothe his eyes a bit. Another cool feature about him is that he doesn't take crap from anyone. A nice guy that lacks the care to give a shit. He loves his students though, and is super proud, even if he doesn't show it up front. I do like to imagine though, that when the students are in trouble or got themselves into trouble, he gets stressed out and is screaming internally, like, oh god, why? And that's it! Those are my 6 rosters chosen by Twitter. despite how slow I was at this, I did enjoy drawing each of them respectfully. I would love to do something similar in the future, and hopefully this time I won't be slow in doing it. If you've managed to get to this point and listening to my rambles, thank you so much. I know my mic isn't the greatest to listen to right now, but it's the best I can do. Another thing I have learned during this recording is that I think I have a bit of a lisp, or I don't articulate my words correctly, and I feel so bad for you guys, and I'm so sorry. So I'll try to improve this flaw of mine that I've just learned about, and see how that goes from there. On that note, I hope you've enjoyed my video and enjoyed listening to me despite how I sound, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye!